Why is my audio not doing what it's supposed to? Let's go to, let's see. There we go. Okay. A quick message to my son. Let me mute my mic. Hey, can you guys hear me? Hey, focus. Can you hear me? Is everything cool? Awesome. No, seriously. Alt tab. Come on. Get over here. Let's see. I'm having a hard time hearing. I think this thing keeps doing its weird thing where I connect Discord and it takes over the audio. Give me just a second. Discord, audio, headphones. Okay, there we go. Alright, so for this tonight's stream, I have the she will have more dialogue in the future. Right now she's just standard NPC. So I have Xedit open tonight because I can't open Astrodynamics and manufacturing at the same time in the creation kit. There's a good portion of what I do in the creation kit that isn't visible in Xedit, but I have this open in case anybody asks a question tonight that I need to reference this. And then of course I have this. I think I need to switch my volume because right now Starfield is like really loud in my headset. Let me know if you can still hear it. I don't need that. That shouldn't even be open. Why are you... Nobody told you to start. Go away. Steel Series. Alright. That just totally silented the game. Okay. Alright, so my plan tonight is to just hang out and play while you guys ask questions. Talk about anything you want to talk about. There is a patch for DarkStar manufacturing that I will be releasing later tonight. I fixed everything that had been a reported bug that I was able to track so far, including if you were trying to use the DarkStar custom proprietary legendary weapon enchants. These are now fixed to be a little more transparent. Agent 3, Envoy 3, and Scout 3 were broken. If you applied them prior to the fix, they would break the weapons so that you could not apply any other mods. No internal receiver, none of that. So that is now fixed in the next update. Should be live later tonight. That was the major thing. The other one was in the research. This character has completed it all, but used to be that you would go and complete this research here too. And when you completed this list here, the research tree was so long that it would scroll off screen, and the hold to exit and all of that would vanish. So, hey, Ron Clark. So that is now fixed. It's still the weapon legendary research still requires it, but it requires it in a different way. There's a thing called conditions instead of required training and required perk. And it still tracks that you have to complete the weapon enhancement research as a condition of those other researches showing up, but that won't show in the user interface. So it won't flood the exit off screen. So that is fixed. You can see this one still, like you can see how long it is even now, but it was far worse. This was like so far off screen that console players were getting flooded offline. I do not do anything from other intellectual properties. That is not what my goal is. There are plenty of other mod authors that do that kind of stuff. Ask one of them. I don't do Star Wars. I don't do Star Trek. I don't do any of that stuff. There are people that are better at that stuff than I ever will be. That is their job. My goal is to make the base game more base game. To make it better with existing stuff. And tonight's live stream is brought to you by Three Notched Brewing. Duke of Clouds Hazy IPA. Alright, so I know there's a point of interest over here. For anybody that hasn't seen weapons of this caliber in action. Yeah, I didn't take any offense. I didn't mean any offense. It's just that's not my forte. It's not what I do. So this is a DarkStar Ebengard's Relic Beowulf Mark III. So the Ebengard suite of legendaries. To get all three, you have to be, and this is the only place, just to put this out there, it's the only place where DarkStar Manufacturing requires New Game Plus, is these legendaries, these very special high-end legendaries. Everything else is non-New Game Plus. But for this, for Mark III Ebengard, you have to be New Game Plus 20 and level 130. So these are very high-level in-game things. Coupled with the fact that this being a Mark III Beowulf means that it shoots particle beam weapons, and you can see that with the physical and the energy. It's got the amplified core. It is relic quality, which is the highest in the game with this mod. So let's go see what this does. I am on Archimedes 5A, so it's a level 75 system. And I'm just going to play while you ask questions. What do you mean, what experiences do you get to experience? I don't know what you mean by that question. The arc projector, every time I try to mod that, I still get errors in the creation kit. As soon as that is resolved, I will be doing it. You're referring to the new weapon and armor available in the Trackers Alliance quest. As soon as that doesn't crash my creation kit, I will be doing that. For right now, it's still a problem.
You could sneak up on me?
Yes, I did. I did think I could sneak up on you. How'd it work?
You're already dead.
Hi.
You will pay
Bye.
for that.
And this character is stacked. If anybody hasn't seen my playthroughs yet, I have another one I'll play in a minute that's level 85, but I wanted to start with this one. I guess there's more people to snuff out.
God, nobody's gonna miss you.
Yep. By the time you reach this character's level, everything is easy, whether you have gear or not. But it's still fun. Sometimes you just need to blow things up.
Dead.
Am I though? Am I dead? This update, with the corrections for DarkStar manufacturing, has not been published yet. Technically, I'm still testing a little bit of it tonight in the live stream, but it should be available in a couple hours. They don't take long to go live once I publish them. Yeah, nothing new added this time around, just bug fixes. There were a couple of legendary enchants, proprietary ones that require very high level in New Game Plus. A couple of those were bugged out. The full change log, I can pull that up in a minute. And everybody wish Atari Mike there a happy birthday. I don't know his age, so I'm just going to make up an age. He just turned 69. Atari Mike is 69 years old today. Yep. The Evangard enchant is a combination of a lot of things. I use the slates as well. I always recommend people use the slates. Did I pick that one up? Manufacturing. So, Astrodynamics and Manufacturing both have changelog update slates now. Make sure you have these in your inventory. You can always check them to see what the recent changes were. I don't think I have that one with me. So, let's go to the lodge. Well, you should have told me your real age, and then I wouldn't troll you. But, you know. The mod grab sprint? Yeah, I haven't had a chance to play with a lot of other mods. I was in the creation kit beta in early May, and I have done nothing but work on programming mods since. I've earned no legitimate levels anywhere, played no legitimate characters anywhere. I haven't had time. Someday I'll get to play the game again. Maybe even enjoy my own mods. Yeah, I didn't pick up all of the slates. This is the one I wanted. Alright, so Evangard. So Evangard's Resolve is the rank 1 enchant. That one requires at least 20 Unity trips and level 120. It is a combination of anti-personnel, instigating, oxygenated, my ground assault legendary, which is the reverse of Spacer, or not Spacer, Space Adept. So it's like ground adept, and then cornered, and then the Evangard 2, called Wrath, is Hitman, staggering, triple extended mag, acrobat, and an enhanced version of rapid. And then the Evangard 3 is shattering, titanium, chameleon, and concussive. Yeah. Combined shattering, upgraded titanium, build chameleon, and concussive. So you can see why you would want these. But these are extremely powerful and therefore require a lot of effort to earn. And the proprietary legendaries, there's 12 pages of these in this slate. It's a big list. There's a lot of detail. This detail is also available in this terminal here, DarkStar Manufacturing Terminal. Goes through all of them, how to get them, how to unlock them. So the research for them doesn't require anything super special. Those are under... I'd say the research for the standard legendaries is harder because there's more of them. This one is just this one here. The additional challenge, though, is that the majority of those legendaries require New Game Plus trips and high levels because they are very powerful. So they're not designed to fall in the hands of a level 1 toon or a level 30 anything. Played the Atari 800 when he was in his 50s. For anybody that hasn't joined Discord yet, please do. We have a huge, growing, very awesome community there so far. No problems at all. It's been out for less than a week, and we already have over 200 members, most of which are active. A lot of good conversations there. People there are able to help each other through questions and problems without me usually even getting involved, which is awesome. It means you get faster support when I'm not available. And if you haven't noticed, I feel dirty saying it, but I'm now monetized on YouTube at the lowest level. That means that there are actually memberships you can pay for. You do get access to a private chat section in Discord. A couple of the members were active in that tonight, and I had a private meeting with them before I started the stream tonight. I'll be doing some private content with them in the future. So if you become a Force Recon member, you'll get access to that stuff. As I eventually step into paid mods, Force Recon members will be the first that will be offered the chance to beta test those and therefore get those for free. It won't be every Force Recon because that would be potentially too many people. But that will be the first pool of people that I reach out to test beyond my moderators. So there's that, the necessary plug and spiel. I'm going to switch characters to the 85, which that's not the menu to do that in. Should be Kane. Well, Rick Sasha, it's cool. It's cool having a lot of downloads. Still doesn't compete with my add-ons for Elder Scrolls Online, though. I had 1.5 million individual unique downloads for that across the multiple sites by the time I quit maintaining those. So it's hard to compete with those numbers. But I really just wanted to make some cool things that people would enjoy. And I'm happy if people agree with that. Alright, so this character, I don't believe has the resources to do anything. Yeah. So I'm going to give him some resources. This is a level 85. I just use for testing purposes. This bat file is available on the Discord if you join. It's under Cheaty Bats chat channel. All right, so I wanted to show this is what it says it's going to unlock. Used to be that you would do this quality research too, and like 100,000 freaking things would unlock, and it would scroll your UI off screen. So now I need to make hammers. Thousands of people are using it just fine on Xbox, so I would disagree that it's broken on Xbox. However, it is very easy for boost packs to get broken when they are modded. It doesn't even have to be caused by that mod itself. I have had broken boost packs that with no modding possible on Xbox. I'm primarily an Xbox player. So bold statement that it's broken on Xbox in general is inaccurate. Might be broken on yours, but doesn't mean it's broken for everybody. It's not broken for me. It's not broken for my testers. I would assume that either your save has a bugged boost pack, which if that's the case, that's a problem with or without mods. If you mean broken as in you go to boost and it's instant power drain, like a complete full power drain, switch boost packs and it still happens. You can't install it on gear. That's a different thing than saying that it's broken. So broken boost pack, just so we're clear on terminology, doesn't mean can't install it. That's a broken crafting recipe. Broken boost pack is save ruining. That's why I get a little bit defensive about it, because when you get the bug that makes your boost pack instantly drain 100% of your power, the only way to fix it is to roll back your save until that problem doesn't exist. Changing boost packs won't fix it. Going to New Game Plus won't fix it. Console commands on PC won't fix it. The only way to fix that bug is to roll back your save. And I've had that happen to me several times. If you can't install the boost pack, then come to Discord and show some screenshots and we will help you figure it out. What do you need, Pete? Yes, Dirge of Omega. By the time you see DarkStar Industries mod come out, hopefully in the next 6 months or so, because it's a huge effort, you will see space stations. You're talking about the boost pack bug, Rick Sasha? Because it saves against your character as a perk, boost packs add a crap load to the player. I don't even know if I could find it right now in this. Let me go to enchants. I know this is getting into the weeds behind the scenes. So let me collapse these. So every boost pack has the same number of effects. It's just the values that they apply are different. So this is whether you're using a base game boost pack like Balanced or Power, or using a completely modded one. All of these get applied. So see that AB Fortify, boost pack drain initial? That is an ability score that goes against your player record. So when these all get kind of jacked up, it's like kind of changing your player's strength score through a console command. Strength as a stat doesn't really affect anything in Starfield. It's a holdover from like Fallout 4 and Skyrim. But you can use a console command to change that value, and if you do it in the wrong way and it screws up your character, it's there permanently. It doesn't go away just because you entered New Game Plus. So these kind of apply in the same way, and when the game gets confused, what I think is happening is sometimes you go to apply a boost pack and the game thinks you already have one applied, and you're stacking them, and it tries to double everything up, quadruple things, and things just go really bad really fast. I mean, we've been able to recreate symptoms of that with console commands, but never specifically force that boost pack bug to happen on anybody. You don't need to skip the boost pack controllers down. If you can't construct it, we would like to help you find out why. Discord isn't a PC only thing. It's available on Android, iPhone, tablets, computers. It even links to your Xbox account. So Yeah, just remember if anybody gets that boost pack bug, it may not be a specific mod that broke it. It may just be that it broke while using a specific mod, but we don't know what causes it. So Superman, we have fixed that bug for 3 different people this past week, and every single one of them was using the unofficial Starfield patch. Uninstall that thing if you have it. It will break different mods randomly. It is a plague upon humanity. So unofficial Starfield patch. That the developer of that is extremely opinionated. Made changes to that patch to fit his own personal playstyle without regard to what it might mean for mods, and is not keeping it up to date with fixes that Bethesda applies to core Starfield. The community patch, on the other hand, is the exact opposite. They only fix things that are admitted bugs by Bethesda, and then they pull those fixes out when Bethesda fixes them in the core game. So use the community patch. Do not use the unofficial Starfield patch. Community patch, very respectable, done very well by multiple developers, all checking each other to make sure they do it right. Unofficial Starfield patch done by one guy who thinks he knows better than everybody. Yes, community patch works well with every mod. Unofficial Starfield patch breaks almost every mod eventually. Yeah. And the unofficial Starfield patch this week alone, me and my moderators have helped at least 3 people fix broken textures on the floor in here, specifically because of that patch. And one of the players actually had to go and reset this zone by going to New Game Plus just to fix it, because it broke all textures in New Atlantis when he uninstalled the unofficial Starfield patch. And yeah, community patch should always be first in your load order. Personally, I don't use the I don't use the community patch, but mostly it's not because I don't trust it. It's because when I'm developing my mods, and like I said, I haven't had a chance to play at all. I've only been working on my mods. So when I'm working on my mods, I work in isolation so that I can prove that they do exactly what I want, and that they don't only work when the community patch is installed. You know, that kind of problem. But that's also why I have testers. No, community patch is a Starfield level fix. It isn't a patch to a mod. So it goes right after the Starfield ESM, the thing that it's patching. If you have a patch for DarkStar, then yes, the patch for DarkStar would load after DarkStar. But community patch is a patch for the game. Things that they fix are like broken quests and things like that. Things that you would want them to fix. Problem is, the unofficial patch went and he made edits to like texture files and NIFs and nav meshes, and all completely unnecessarily. But anyways, I loaded this character to show you that those of you who are having problems with the user interface, completing this research and exiting the screen, it is now fixed. And I was going to craft tools.
Nice work. What else are you going to make?
Look, I know we share a first name, but don't call me Rick here. It feels weird. DarkStar name came from the lore behind my main character. which I wrote up on my website. She created in my head canon, she created a company and named it after her old military call sign. And that lore will be relevant in future mods from me. Yeah, I think that's something that the community patch might fix, Sigmund. I'm not sure. I've never actually had that bug myself, so. Boy, Relic takes a while to unlock, huh? Good grief. Why did I do that to myself? I couldn't even tell you the last time I used photo mode. So controllers, there's currently a hard cap in the game of 18 max installed weapons. Bet you didn't even know. Most people don't. I have ships that I'm working on for a future mod that will be able to hit that 18 weapon cap very easily. So yes, 1 power weapons are eventually coming. Before anybody asks, some weapons cannot be 1 power. And the reason is, if you look at the Starborn equivalent weapons, the Disruptor added by Astrodynamics, that is the equivalent to the Solar Beam weapon on the Starborn Guardian, or the Annihilator, which is the gravity torpedoes from the Starborn Guardian, because those are designed to be on the Guardian, and a Guardian only has 1 of each. They only animate 1 time, no matter how many you install. And that looks really messed up. It's really jolting. So that's why those were limited to 10 power. So that you couldn't attempt to install more than 1. Oh no, I don't bother with all that stuff. My character's level so fast, I'm not worried about it. I've got a 273 and a 192. This 85 that I've sacrificed to the mod testing deities. Besides, I don't get to play anymore, so my levels don't matter anymore. But yes, when you're doing this, do a Neurojack and some other things, and like, the amount of XP you earn off of this is just nuts. And I didn't get a proc. I'd be cautious about upgrading the Guardian. I know that there was a couple modders that were working on it during the CK beta, but it's one of those things that is touchy and testy to do, because the entire Guardian ship is 1 model that doesn't actually have any native attach points for weapons and grab drives and stuff. So any modder that's trying to allow you to upgrade that stuff has to add those attach points themselves. It's a little dicey. Not saying they didn't pull it off, but I would also question the need to pull it off when you can build better ships with DarkStar. This is all research for the mod. This is all research for DarkStar manufacturing. Sorry. That was just the armor. That isn't even the weapon. And yes, this is the speed I normally play at. But yeah, there's still more weapon research to go. You see all the yellow? It's a manufacturing mod. It adds a lot of manufacturing stuff. What do you want to say? Like, and this character's never done any of it. But I don't know if he's high enough level to craft any weapons. Yeah, that's what he's got. Play it wicked. There's a save on. Yeah, so I have a level 270-ish character on save file on Nexus if you're on PC. Like I said, I started these characters on console. I got my gaming PC in January. And shifted my characters over and immediately started modding. So I should have called the mod DarkStar Research, huh? DarkStar Research. We know you like to click in this terminal. Click some more.
That should help us out.
No, it's not going to help you out. It's going to help me out, Sarah. So I have a Kraken for those who haven't used the mod yet. Kraken itself, you can only, or any vanilla weapon, can really only be taken so far at one of these benches. Like, I can't edit the quality, and that's because of the way the base game does quality. The other mod that lets you edit quality jacks up the balance of the weapons to make it possible. This mod does not. So, that said, do all the standard mods, and I can do the DarkStar specific enchantments on this, legendaries on this, but that's it. And that's because of the way that they had to be split for melee versus ranged and yada yada yada. So I don't want to keep a standard Kraken if I have access to the enhancement workbench, because I can then turn this into a Kraken 2, and even the base damage is going to go up just slightly. Where did my Kraken go? Had it just a second ago. There it is. So this is going to destroy the Kraken and create the Kraken 2. And I don't think I can do Relic yet because I haven't done that in that research. But this character doesn't need to show that. So now that it's a Mark II, I can change the quality. So standard, and that jumps up to Relic. So if you haven't seen it yet, yes, you can craft Elgato's outfit in the apparel crafting bench. So standard is no, whatever name at all, no prefix name. And then you get calibrated, refined, and then enhanced. I added superior to every weapon, unrivaled above superior, relic above that. Relic is 30 levels above unrivaled. Unrivaled is 15 above superior. Superior is 10 above advanced. And advanced is 10 above refined. Refined is 10 above calibrated. So, a lot of levels to get to this point. That's the standard base game scaling algorithm for level unlocks. Just extended to add a couple more quality tiers. Oops. I didn't do any of the other modding. I don't have standard weapon legendaries unlocked. I have some of them. But I am going to do Envoy. What am I missing? Proprietary legendaries research. Okay, can't do Envoy. Yes, you can. And real quick, apparel crafting. There are 228 pieces of base game apparel that are available for players to be able to wear. Whether or not you can obtain them is a different thing, but they're all here. If it wasn't flagged as non-playable, I made it craftable. And then I take that same Delgado outfit and I'm going to make it Mark II so that it is quality craftable. And then I come here to this guy. Mark II, Delgado's outfit. I can now change him to... Looks like this character has not unlocked relic level apparel yet. So I will do unrivaled. And note, he's level 85. So then I can change the lining. I'll do the become 25% harder to detect. Same as the Ryujin Industries operator suit. Go with combat veteran. And I'm missing resources. So let me go and craft those. Go to weapon crafting. Quantum harness. Make 28 of those. Go back. Acrobat. And then the weapon holsters, because why not? Now I'll go set. There we go. And now that's a Delgado outfit that gives 116 physical, 100 energy, 85 EM, 15 corrosive, 10 radiation. Only weighs 0.55 mass and has triple enchants. And the lining makes me 25% harder to detect. So yes, of course, I'm going to put that on. There we go. So, what do you think, Pepper? Can you get access to Delgado's suit or what? Is this a good yes? So, Jeffrey, that sound problem is probably because you have the Enforcer mod. If I had to guess. That or the unofficial patch could cause it. No, the legendary module extractor, the DM's legendary extractor, is not designed to work alongside this. It should be an either or. You're risking breaking things by running both at the same time. Yes, Navis, every piece of apparel you can think of, if it was not flagged as not wearable by the player, it is craftable in that apparel workbench. I didn't skip anything. It's all here. Look at this list. I'm going to try and grab this thing and scroll, but there's so many. Like, try and keep up as I scroll. It's absolutely nuts. Now, you won't see the SY90 stuff in here, SY920. If you've done the Crimson Fleet cross line to completion, you'll know what that is. The reason is this character hasn't done the quest. If you gain access to the base game version of the SY920 clothing before you start that quest, you can break the quest. Therefore, I do require you to have completed the Best There Is quest, which is part of the Crimson Fleet quest line, before you can craft the SY920 stuff. And yeah, with DM's legendary module recycler, coupled with the Starfield Extended craftable quality, your choice is really run both of those plus some other mods, or run DarkStar Manufacturing. Don't try and run multiple at the same time that do the same thing. You're asking for problems. They are not going to ever work together. They do different things. They service the same goal with different techniques and different balance and different approaches and different tactics. My mods work differently, right? You can't loot a legendary, pull a legendary module off of it, and install it in another one. I didn't do that because DM Legendary already existed when I did mine. But I did mine based on what I felt, which was, if I've got a character that's seen 40 copies of frickin' instigating, and I have maxed out tech skills, maxed out science skills, you telling me that person wouldn't be able to create the instigating perk on their own? So yeah, I was like, you should be able to craft it. Do some research, learn enough, you can do it. Plus, I came first from an approach of balance. I spreadsheeted all of the base game weapons and armor, what all they did, what every single one of them did for stats, what all of the quality adjustments did for refined and calibrated and advanced, superior for the armor, and I balanced my mods so that they are identical if you get the same thing. When you jump up to Mark II and beyond, they start scaling up in abilities and power, and you can then take quality levels higher and adjust legendaries and stuff, and you can take things beyond. Yeah, I'm not going to be upset if you play other people's mods. Do it. That's why there are choices, so that we can all have our own play style. No, you can build all these workbenches at an outpost or on your ship. Or in any player home. Anywhere that you can build, you can place workbenches. Just make sure you come to the lodge at least once, pick up these slates. They are not sellable, so they'll stay in your inventory. They'll be here every time you enter a new game plus. You want these so that you can get the information on when crafting unlocks and when quality tiers unlock, and general information about DarkStar Manufacturing. This is how the research works, and that one's how proprietary legendaries work. So I suggest holding on to those, keeping them in your inventory. If for some reason you lose them, all of the same information is right here in the terminal. And every time you enter a new game plus or start this up for the first time, you should end up with a changelog slate for DarkStar Manufacturing and Astro if you use Astrodynamics, and that will tell you everything that changed in the recent update. This will be updated every single time the mod is patched, so you'll always be able to see what changed and what you might need to do, if anything. There's also, if I pull this up, why is it so small? That's weird. Whoa. There we go. So there's also the website, wickedgaming.com. And on here are whole sections with more information for Astrodynamics and manufacturing. And a donate button should you choose to use it. But you can see that there's just tons of information. Even how to move to DarkStar from those other ones, or how to move away from DarkStar to those other ones should you want to. All the information on the new legendaries, everything. And if you go to the Astrodynamics section, then there's a whole bunch of lore about the main character, the creator of DarkStar in game. A whole bunch of details about where you can build your ships and everything. When modules unlock for your different ships. This is spreadsheets because it's too much information to go through otherwise. Information about the DarkStar Avenger, which everybody loves. I've yet to meet a person that doesn't like this ship. At least, flyability. No, I haven't done anything with the Vulture gun yet. I'm under the same issues there as the Trackers Alliance stuff. It just, when I try and use those files to try and create a patch or look into them, then I get nothing but issues. Crashes my creation kit. Can't do it. So I'm looking for solutions, and there's some possible solutions that I've tried that didn't work out on my end, but eventually. My plan is to film a video on not just patch the Vulture so it is upgradable in DarkStar manufacturing, but my goal is to actually film it and create a tutorial out of it so that other mod authors can patch their weapons and armor to work with DarkStar manufacturing. They work with it, but they don't gain any benefits from it. So I want to create a tutorial video so that other mod authors can make their equipment take advantage of DarkStar manufacturing. And it's only been 50 minutes. What are we going to do next? Oh no, Jeffrey, that's no big deal. I often in every game I end up using those mods just so that clothing stops clipping through the body models and stuff. You don't have to be a perv to use those. There have been a couple that were pretty decent on Nexus for PC. I don't know that any have been ported to Xbox yet. I myself don't make mods like that. I do consume them, but not for the nudie aspect, more for, again, like I said, clothing clipping and stuff like that usually is superior when those mods are enabled. Things just look more fluid and seamless. They are dangerous to play on a stream though, because I have that mod Shades loot extended or whatever, where you can strip the armor off of the NPCs and loot what they had equipped. It can't stream if you have a nudie mod enabled plus that. So next thing you know, you're leaving a wake of nude characters everywhere you go. Yes, Dirge. So I'll show you just the menu. If I have well, she doesn't have any resources here. Give me a sec. Poor demo sick. So let's take something I usually wouldn't use, like a bridger. All right, so now in my inventory, I've crafted a bridger. So it's just sitting there, just modified bridger, nothing special, yada yada yada. If I go to make a Mark II bridger, so I can't take that bridger that I just made, I can't change the quality of it, any of that. I could have purchased it, built it, looted it, doesn't matter. It's a vanilla Bridger, as would normally drop in the game. Not modified by my mod at all. It was produced by my mod just there, but it literally just spit out a base game Bridger. So if I have a Bridger for whatever reason, I come here and I can, I can change the laser and the optics and all that stuff like normal. There's a couple enchantments, legendaries that if I have unlocked I could apply, but for the most case I can't do it. I don't have the resources in this case. But like the base game legendaries can't be applied this way on a non-Mark II or above weapon. But if I go and I change it to Mark II at the weapon enhancement station, what you're going to find is that the original Bridger is destroyed. So crafting a Bridger Mark II, the resource it requires is a Bridger. Not iron, aluminum, any of that. You are eating a weapon to craft a weapon. So there we go. I go into my inventory. I now have modified Bridger Mark II. And if you're paying attention, the damage went up. Even though this is still standard quality, I haven't upgraded it at all. Damage goes up slightly. And that's because the base damage... I'm in the wrong bench. The base damage of the Mark II weapons, the enhanced weapons, is actually 2 points higher for every weapon. That's it. But that 2 points higher scales in your favor. So there's some DarkStar things I just made to upgrade weapons with. I'm going to take that Mark II Bridger, since it is a ballistic weapon, and I'm going to create a Mark III Bridger from it. So the recipe for this one requires a Mark II Bridger and a DarkStar weapon particle core. It's being truncated, but that's what that wants. So I confirm that. And now the Mark II Bridger is gone and replaced with a Mark III Bridger. Now I go here, and I can now customize everything to the maximum possible everything. I will need more quantum harnesses to do a full build out, but... So yes, to answer your question, items are consumed to make the upgraded versions of the items. If you're putting a scope on a Bridger, you got problems. Like, why? Trying to snipe with a Bridger? Hornet's Nest. Hair trigger. Relic quality. Good God! This may be a little OP. Max enchant. I need quantum harnesses. Hey, Marshall. I'm gonna have to name this weapon Hand of God. This is my "You touched my daughter where?" weapon. There we go. $787 physical, 6,093 energy. But I don't have any more ammunition. Yes, join us on Discord. We're gonna have some cool content coming up there soon. Oh, and there this weekend I should have a merch store going live. What I think this is 40x or XPL. Yeah, 40 XPL. Yeah, that's with Hornet's Nest. Where's 40? I don't think I have any. So I'm lacking 40 XPL and light particle fuse. No, I have light particle fuse. There we go. Probably need more primers. And then back down here. Oh, it's a boomstick, all right. Okay. Let's go punish something. Just to show what this kind of thing does. Oh, carrying too much. Yeah. And FYI, for those that haven't become aware, the novels that are sitting here, I wrote those. Those are all the prologue. Combined, they are the prologue to one of my physical novels in the real world. It's called Bathed in the Blood of Ravens. It is epic fantasy. Alright, 4, here we come. Laser sabers? No, I don't do other intellectual property things. I'll go to the deserted relay station. Why not? Come back here. Escape. Land here. Me and my 12-engine ship. Am I not wearing a suit? Should be wearing a suit. Oh no, which bore is this? This might be a breathable atmosphere. Never mind. I should probably eat and drink though. There we go. Gun's half as big as she is. Yeah, no, I'm not the type of modder that brings in stuff from other intellectual properties. It's just not what I do. There's plenty of other modders that do it better than I would. So I would just recommend keeping an eye on them. There's plenty of lightsaber mods out right now, actually. These things are unfair. Are you gonna hit? Okay. I'm hitting everything but the dude. It's because I'm scared of obliterating myself. Yeah, see? And that's just because I nicked, like, something nearby. So that is with my current... so 1352 damage resist, 1262 EM, and 1252 energy. And with a Hornet's Nest, that's a little less than half my life gone right there, just being that close. So 1 or 2 shots and you can one-shot your own self. It's all going to depend on what else you're loading and which mod you're talking about. I have several. DarkStar Astrodynamics shouldn't matter. Nobody's patching against it yet that I'm aware of. DarkStar Manufacturing needs to load after anything else that is manipulating boss loot if you want the quantum harness and stuff to be lootable. If you would prefer that other mods, additions to the boss loot to be, you know, active, then that needs to load after manufacturing, and it will wipe out what this adds to boss loot. If you have mods that are, hey, here's these 12 suits of apparel, and they get added to the industrial workbench, they're going to flood every workbench that DarkStar Manufacturing adds. And that's just going to happen. I would load those before DarkStar Manufacturing. If you have something that's patching DarkStar Manufacturing, clearly it would need to load after DarkStar Manufacturing. As far as this mod itself, he doesn't care. My mods, they don't care. They can be loaded first or last. It depends on what else you might be loading on your end. I mean, to be clear, Marshall, I may myself one day use somebody else's lightsaber mod, but I'm not going to make one. And that doesn't mean that that person couldn't patch their lightsaber mod to work with the upgrade path that's present in DarkStar Manufacturing. They totally could. I'm not going to stop them. I'm not going to get in their way. But I don't have the time to create patches for a crap load of weapons and armor that I'm probably not going to use. Can y'all not shoot at me? I just came up here to have a rest. Whatever. Aw, there's no chairs. Did you were standing up here the whole time? I don't want to unlock that stuff.
Yes.
So what do you want to see? Does anybody have any questions? Want to see me do anything with a mod? Superior microgun. That's fun. Oh, you can almost fly with it. No, I can't mod your TV or your PC. Nothing. Relic Solstice. And if you haven't seen that happen, yeah, upgraded stuff drops in the world. Nova Blast Disruptor? No, I mean, I could go customize one for you. Relic Pacifier. Nice. I believe the base game one might be locked out of having quality tiers, but I added them back. Same thing with like the cutter and stuff like that. Cutter is one of the more popular weapons on Discord right now, thanks mostly to Rick Sasha. I have not personally had a chance to play the game, like to actually sit down and play. So no, I haven't tried anybody's mods. Not Starvival, not most of the ones you would name. I don't get time to do it. Like even right now, I'm technically testing my mod so that I can patch it tonight. Relic Pacifier, Relic A99, Relic Magpulse. Always fun. I think there's some people that are working on that, Jesse, but the problem is that there's no way to distinguish to the game right now that a ship has been saved but not flyable. Are you talking about the Mark V ship or the Avenger, DarkStar Avenger? There will be more DarkStar ships coming in a mod pack soon. And they will have a different range of crew. I'll just hover my way back to the ship. What do you guys think? Of course I had to reload. Goodbye. This hover time is just absurd. Seriously, name another boost pack that can do this. You could play the ground as lava for hours. Till you need to reload your weapon. Then the game will kick you out. Right. I get you, Jesse. Yeah, Camaro, that's how the That's how both the DarkStar boost pack from the DarkStar manufacturing mod and the Starborn boost pack from the DarkStar Astrodynamics mod, they both work that way. And that was also a combination of that, plus my boost pack assault training skill, which at level 4 lets you hover and slow time while hovering. So I just slow time slid from the POI all the way back to my ship and barely touched the ground as I landed to just get in. Yeah, all of that stuff should work fine with any of the DarkStar ships or whatever. But. Also, the I think that's the base that I intentionally bugged out just to test some things. That's the other thing. I break my stuff all the time so that you guys don't have to worry about it. You know that advice: don't uninstall or install mods halfway through a play session or on an existing save. I break that rule every 5 minutes while I'm modding. That's the Avenger for anybody who hasn't seen it. Well, I mean, you can turn off the chatter. You can turn that off in here. Ship intercom enable disable. See how I have local without player disabled? So when they're just talking amongst themselves, I ain't got to hear it. What do you mean cargo link plants? You're talking about the ones you can build at your outpost? Yes. Not part of these two mods. It'll come in a future mod. Is there a standalone shipbuilder kiosk? No, there isn't such a thing in the game right now, and I'll tell you why, Cyber Scenic. And I would question any mod that claims to do that. Because for this shipbuilder to work, it has to be linked to a shipbuilding marker and a landing zone marker at a designated location. So this has references to those things, plus a ship sales key, hidden chest, and a whole bunch of other stuff. If any of those ref markers are missing, shipbuilding fails and won't function. So don't trust any mod that says that they can just drop one of these down. There's a lot more complex than that. You can't just put one just because your ship can land there. That's why they're all attached. All legitimate and functional ones are attached to landing pads. Because this landing pad comes with a whole bunch of landing zone markers and ship zone markers and collision markers and stuff that are fairly important for the whole process. Panacea, however you pronounce this, best damn thing in the game for aid. Hey, you're very welcome. Sorry I didn't have a better answer for you. That's just limitations of the game. No, the problem, Rick Sasha, is I created the whole disable the intercom thing. And originally it was a separate mod called Sweet Silence of the Void. And the purpose was that my DarkStar ships were killing enemy ships so fast that I was just getting spammed for like 2-3 minutes after the combat ended. So by my companions on my ship going, oh, you've disabled their shields, you've disabled their ground drive, you've disabled their engines, they're not going anywhere, and yada yada yada. So I created that to just silence them, to shut them up while I was obliterating the galaxy. So that, all right, so here's the issue. I get a lot of people that ask about ship size limits and outpost build limits and everything else. I have to be concerned with how that's going to perform on everyone's saves. So I could do a mod right now that increased the ship module count so you can install more, and it would work fine on my machine. Can't guarantee it'll work on an Xbox Series X or Series S. I don't have an S to test with. I have an X I can test with, but I can't test with it until it's published. So it gets tricky doing those things, and I don't like to push the limits too far because I don't know who it's going to break. Like somebody was asking in Discord about outpost build limits. The only setting I could find that it's easy to override at a mod level would be to just turn limits off entirely, which would be fine for most PC players. It's going to crash Xbox users because you're taking off safety rails that protect them from themselves. It's very easy to build an outpost that's so big it works great while you're there, but as soon as you leave and try and fast travel back, you crash the desktop every time. I've done that to myself a lot on PC. Just trying to get fancy with things and removing build limits. And you think you're good until you travel away. And on an Xbox, it's a lot harder to recover from those situations. So me personally, I just try not to get involved in those types of updates. And you guys don't have to ask me just about my mods. If you have another mod question and I might have the answer, feel free to ask. This is a mod support stream. I'm not actually here to show off and let you watch me game. I'll do that, but that's not the goal. The goal is to help you guys have a better game experience. The manufacturing patch that's coming out tonight, I'll pull up the... I don't want to pull up the changelog in Discord because it's going to hijack my audio. Let's see. I could have pulled it up in game, I guess. Yeah, I'm going to have to pull it up in game. Oh, wait, it's way over here. Clearly, I use new Notepad++ as a dumping ground. All right, so reduce the UI spam on legendary research unlocks. So prior to this patch, when you would go to do the research for, say, the apparel enhancement, to be able to do that, it would show you all of the legendaries for armor that you were going to unlock by completing that. And that would spam the exit button off screen. Yeah, all my mods that I'm talking about tonight are out already. The second thing it's patching is the Ranger Dual Wear and Deputy clothing were swapped when you tried to convert them to Mark II. So if you were trying to create the Mark II Dual Wear, it would require the Deputy clothing, and vice versa. And same thing for UC Naval Fatigues and Armored Fatigues. They were swapped. So those have been fixed. The legendaries, Scout 3, Envoy 3, and Agent 3, which are extremely high level and very few players have experienced, but they were breaking weapons entirely. because there was one value that was being applied as a set rather than an add. So those have been fixed. I changed the projectile on the Magstorm Mark III. And the reason is that the Magstorm, when you have a rate of fire that is, I can't believe I'm going to say this, 700, thanks to some people in my Discord experimenting, you can push the fire rate on a Magstorm to 700, and the animations stop firing for bullets flying from the gun to your target. The damage still happens, bullet impacts still happen, but the projectile that was being used was it was like particle laser or something. I switched it to particle light fuse, and it seemed to help a bit, but still after you go over 600 rate of fire, it can't animate that quickly, so you lose the particle animation of the bullets flying. Everything else still functions. I can't make it work at that rate of fire. Game won't handle it. And in the updated description on the Force Recon, it was saying volatile rounds. It was referring to the hand loading perk, but a couple of people in Discord reached out saying that they thought it meant that it was turning it into a particle beam weapon, and it was not. So, well, the patch for this is dropping tonight, so it's not a big deal. All of this stuff, unless you're like in your hundreds for level and in multiple NG pluses and planned on doing about 200 different researches all tonight before the update drops, having the update or not isn't going to disrupt your enjoyment of the mod. This is all very in-game stuff that was needing to be tweaked. But yeah, they're on Creation Kit. They've been on Creation Kit for a while. DarkStar Astrodynamics was a day one launch. This one was available the day Creations went live. The hour it went live, actually. So, in addition to that, Zygmunt, right now there is a Bethesda bug for Creations that they don't always report that an update is available, and the updates don't always work. So sometimes you have to delete the mod, reinstall the mod just to get an update. Apparel crafting is available at level 1 with DarkStar Manufacturing with no special research or anything. Enhancement of the apparel requires research. Anything else requires skills or research. So go down your skill trees, right? Go to here and go into your weapon engineering and your spacesuit design and special projects. Those 3 are going to be your friends if you want to make everything. You need those 3, you need levels, you need, eventually for the maximum last few, I think there's around 12, 16 enchants, or legendaries. Those require New Game Plus, nothing else does. No, the update all mods is broken, that's a Bethesda bug. Update this mod is broken, that's a Bethesda bug. Right now, unless you are dealing with a paid creation, those are reporting version numbers properly, but free creations are reporting version number 0 randomly, and it's breaking updates. So you have to actually delete and reinstall the mod. You can do it right from the one screen. You don't have to leave the game. You don't have to leave the creation window. You can go right into Creations, go to the mod, click delete, click update, or download, and then be good. I can't do it on mine because I have the development copies. But yeah, just go to when I update DarkStar Manufacturing tonight, just go to the manufacturing page under creations, if that's how you're downloading. And while you're viewing the manufacturing page, click delete, download, and then back out of that one page and check your load order. Close down Starfield, open Starfield, you're good. Okay, so Rich Kelly, you must have just joined. There's like 12 enchants that are not available. 12 brand new legendaries that are not available if you are not in New Game Plus. 100% of the mod outside of that, which equates to about 98-99% of the mod for DarkStar Manufacturing, is available without New Game Plus. And DarkStar Astrodynamics, half of the mod is just upgraded versions if you're in of ship modules if you're in New Game Plus, but the vast majority of the ship modules are available without New Game Plus. I get asked this all the time. People don't read the descriptions and don't actually look to see. They just see that it mentions New Game Plus and they think the whole mod requires New Game Plus. None of my mods require New Game Plus. Some features might, but the mods work very early on. DarkStar Manufacturing starts working at level 1. DarkStar Astrodynamics starts working at around level 45. But even then, you can get benefits from DarkStar Manufacturing just by building this terminus even at level 5 or 6, because it gives you access to all of the base game ship parts in the whole game right from here. Everything is available from every vendor in the entire game. Whatever you've unlocked. It does not go and change what's required to unlock things, but all of them will be available at this one shipbuilder. But if you go to I don't know why that's all caps. Stop that. If you go to the website I just put in chat, I've got full breakdowns of the two major mods that I've got out right now. I've got 3 out right now. The only one that is not on the website right now is the DarkStar Trainees Maelstrom. And that's because it's basically just a cheat weapon. If you want to get a character from level 0 to level 100 super fast, use this weapon. And you'll at least have fun cheating. It gets 7.5 times the experience of a normal weapon. I don't know why that would be. Are you using UI mods and stuff? I've had nobody report that problem, Frozen. Paul, probably. That would probably be the best. It all depends on what those mods are doing, and I have no idea of knowing what you're loading and what those mods are doing. If they're just dumping stuff into the industrial workbench to be crafted, then it doesn't matter where you load it. They're going to flood every workbench that manufacturing adds, because they would need to be patched to behave properly compared to what manufacturing does. Yeah, I mean, all of my ships load just fine. Every other person I've talked to, their ships load just fine. If you want to join the Discord, we can go and check and help you debug and figure it out. There's dozens of people in there that will help you work through find whatever the problem is. Yeah, they flood the benches, Paul. And I can't prevent that. That's something they need to prevent. Or a patch needs to prevent. Next update for Astrodynamics is not coming out tonight, but when it does, it will update the number of ships being sold here. Just so everybody's aware. That should make you happy. And the next release for DarkStar Astrodynamics, let me bring the webpage up again. So right now I have this one listed for Xbox, and this one, which is identical, listed for PC. Because I was advised to do that during the CK beta. But as you can see, I've got manufacturing is one for both. So it's got PC and Xbox labels right here. And the Trainees Maelstrom also has PC and Xbox under one listing. So what I'm going to be doing is the PC listing is going to get flagged as DarkStar Astrodynamics Old. And then this one will just be DarkStar Astrodynamics, and we'll have Xbox and PC downloads in one place. So with the next patch, whenever that occurs, this PC one will be marked old, and you will be expected to transfer to this one. It will not affect your saves. It just changes which one you're downloading from. It's the same exact ESM file, same exact mod file, the same exact BA2 file that holds all the scripts. They're identical. They're just being hosted on the wrong page in the Creation Club. So that will be moving over with the next update sometime this week. But Astrodynamics is not getting a patch tonight. I have made no changes. That is primarily to help people that cross-play between a PC and an Xbox on the same account. Sure. So let me do what I did the other night. Let's see what's available on this vendor, just to make it all easy for everybody. Not that one. Wrong vendor. This vendor. Alright, so there's a breach. And do I have any other breaches? No. Yeah, I'll just make them. Alright, so if you're low level, you won't be able to do the crafting of the raw weapons, so just bear with me. I'm going to make AA99, an AA99, and an AA99. Now, in my inventory, they're going to be identical. This one spawned with Superior, Unrivaled. Okay, I can't change the quality on those, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down the modified Superior. I'm going to drop that on the ground. And then I'm going to upgrade these other two. Where did it go? Okay, there it is. It's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to move it. Oh my goodness. Drop. Okay. Okay. Now I have to drop that because I'm going to be upgrading the other two, and I want to make sure that this one stays untouched. So, got the enhancement bench, and I'm going to take one of the A99s and turn him into a Mark II. And I'm going to do the same thing for the other one. Now I will have one standard AA99 on the ground at superior quality, and I'll have two modified AA99 Mark IIs. Then I'm going to take one of those and upgrade it to a Mark III. So this will consume a Mark II and turn it into a Mark III. Now, I will grab that one off the ground and note that he is still superior. I come over here. I'm going to take the Mark II and just kick him up to superior and make no other changes. Superior. And then I'm going to take the Mark III and kick him up to superior. All right, we're with me so far, Frozen? So long barrel, medium scope, semi-automatic. I'll make sure these have the same things. So long barrel, optic, medium scope, and fully automatic. Ugh, exited too fast. And in this one, long barrel, medium scope, and automatic. Alright, so with these three weapons, so you can see that this one is a little bit different. Something's going on. Oh, he's semi-automatic, that's why. Ugh. I made him full. Let me go back and make the normal A99 full automatic. So he's semi, make him full. Back to the weapons. So here's your standard vanilla AA99 at 158 damage with a long barrel and medium scope. Right? He's superior. Superior doesn't show down here because of the way the base game does quality levels. When you upgrade that to an identical build but a Mark II AA99, the damage jumps to 167. The quality shows down here in addition to being up there. And I can now take this weapon, I can change the quality, I can customize it, and I can install any legendary I have unlocked through research. Then I get to the next one. Look at that. So this one is 167 damage. This one is 217 plus 108 energy. So this is now a particle beam weapon. The Mark I and the Mark II both shoot 11 millimeter. The Mark III uses 11 millimeter volatile. The volatile is special ammo for particle beam weapons that formerly were ballistic weapons. So this vile weapon is leaps and bounds, light years better than these guys. And I haven't even done any legendaries to it yet. It's still just superior. It's not even relic yet. Like, this gets nuts fast. Now, this version of the A99 can drop in the wild. It can be dropped in the middle of the game or you're fighting through a point of interest anywhere. This can actually drop, if the enemies are high enough level, it can drop as a relic A99, where the damage here is going to be nearly twice as much as this is. So it can, even with full auto, this can spawn with quite a high damage level. But enemies will never spawn with a Mark II. The bosses and boss chests can spawn with a Mark III or a Vile weapon, but they don't typically spawn wielding them. They can go pick one up if it's in a chest, or if it's in a weapon case, they can go pick it up and start using it, but that's super rare. Does your damage level go... So, if you're asking about how damage intake output works, with New Game Plus, you actually get nerfed the higher you go, up until level 10. So, this character's on New Game Plus 65. 63 of those were legitimate on Xbox. But this character, so at New Game 10, you do half damage to all targets, and you take double damage from all targets on ground and in a ship, regardless of your game difficulty settings. So if your game difficulty is on extreme, where you take 4 times damage and you deal 1/4 damage, that is then amplified further by the NG10 nerf of doing half and taking double. So you end up taking 8 times the damage and doing 1/8 of the damage. Did the range go down? It probably has something to do with the different ammo. I can look into it. It's either the ammo or the energy damage. I'll look into it. I will add that to here. I have a note. It will go to Discord when I can safely open Discord without crashing my stream. And yeah, and yes, definitely good catch. I missed that. All my testers missed it. Then again, I think we're all habitual players. We tend to use specific weapons all the time. Usually, if I'm using a Beowulf, I don't care about range. I'm in your face. Because generally, if I'm using a Beowulf, I run... If anybody wants to know my preferences. I don't usually use Evangard enchant, which is the maximum. I usually use Force Recon. So, just to stay here for a second, Force Recon's might. Each consecutive hit deals more damage. That is an upgraded version of Frenzy. Or Furious. And then damage increases as health decreases, which is an upgraded version of Berserker. And then my version, the plus 30, minus 15, is the reverse of Space Adept. And then Force Recon 2 is hand loading and ultra rapid. So normal rapid legendary is 25% increased speed. This one's 55. And then quadruple ammo capacity, so it's quad mag. Instead of double, quad. And then Force Recon 3 is shattering and 1-inch punch combined. This is one of the nastiest room clearing weapons you can get. Right here. I mean... Oh, you guys probably haven't even seen the microgun yet, have you, Paul? Hey, Assassin. So, microgun. Game, a weapon I normally skip because I don't like the spool up time on the firing, right? This changes everything. So once you're high enough level, all of this stuff is properly level locked the way the game would have done it if these things had been available in the base game. None of this, you can't go and make a relic anything at level 1. If you're capable of going to a high-end system and clearing a high-end point of interest, you can loot a relic weapon at level 1, but you're going to die a lot trying. But this mod will not let you cheat the system. And then, so here's Modified Microgun Mark III. This is a particle beam microgun already, because it is a Mark III weapon. I'm going to go long barrel. Actually, I'll go stabilizing barrel, because that's what I care about. Recon laser, suppressor, tactical grip. Let's go with armor-piercing rounds. High-powered. And then go with relic. Alright, so look at the damage now. 42 and 21. 213 and 103 is that one. I'm going to put in the amplified particle core, which is going to double, almost a little more than double the energy damage. So now it's at 213, 321. Now I go here and I say, you know what? I'm going to do the Force Recon trio on this. to make this my room clearing, just burst through your front door weapon. And there we go. So now, this is a particle beam microgun with 299 physical, 365 energy, a 1200 mag clip, and 542 rate of fire. You want to see it shoot? You want to see it shoot, Paul? It's nighttime. This is a perfect demonstration. You do not need NG Plus to play this mod at all. There's a couple enchants that you need it for, but everything else is completely unlocked without New Game Plus. So, one thing I forgot to do, because not all weapons have it, is this mod also lets you customize skins. So this is the quest skin from the Vanguard quest line. You want that gun, don't you, Paul? I destroyed this thing accidentally. That's hilarious. What else did I break? That's half a clip. That's half a clip. But normally with this mod running, I use pistols. Like an XM2311. Those are my favorite, actually. But oh yeah, mag snipers get nasty. You can. So that's another example of diminishing returns, though. Is on the mag sniper and hard target and rifles like that. You can make them Mark III particle beam versions. Not a problem. Problem is you get to a point with weapons like that you're one-shotting at super low damage. So any damage above that is waste. You know, it's pointless. I'll say this, Frozen, my character, this character here right now can still die, can still get one shot. So, because of the upgraded weapons being able to be in the enemy's hands, you are more at risk playing this mod in high-level zones than you ever were, because it's just not as easy to just waltz through places as if you're never going to die. Do you see why I like this combo? The Force Recon Beowulf is nuts. Oh yeah, I've got mods planned. Next up is going to be probably some more tweaks, minor tweaks to astrodynamics and manufacturing mods. I've got a ship pack that I want to put out for Astrodynamics as another new mod, just kind of a dependent mod. I'm going to be working on one called DarkStar Robotics as a major release soon. My son is going to be, he's 14, he's going to be providing the voice acting for a new AI companion in that named PAL, P-A-L, Prototype Artificial Life Form. And then after DarkStar Robotics will be DarkStar Industries, which will be the parent company that basically robotics manufacturing and astrodynamics are all subsidiaries of. And that will include new points of interest, hopefully space stations, capital ships, a rival faction, a whole bunch of quests. And then that'll all culminate in eventually DarkStar Terminal Dawn, which will be DLC level cross New Game Plus questing and a whole bunch of stuff. That one will be my first mod that requires New Game Plus, but it will also guide you through New Game Plus as part of the quest line, which will remember its state as you go through New Game Plus. So, but that isn't going to be out anytime soon. I haven't even started working on it. I've got to get to some things next, and then after those small things, I need to start working on robotics. The goal is to get DarkStar Robotics out by the time Shattered Space is out. And then, because there's a lot that has to go into that. And then the goal will be DarkStar Industries 3 to 6 months after that. And then hopefully DarkStar Terminal Dawn by this time next year. And that's on top of keeping these all alive and maintained and maybe doing small ones here and there. There's a lot more than slates in the lodge. You should be seeing workstations, terminals on the wall, whole 9 yards. If you're not seeing that stuff, then the mod didn't load properly. Or something broke the mod, like the unofficial patch. I mean, you guys are going to get tired of hearing me talk about that unofficial patch, but that's like a third of my freaking, troubleshooting lately is dealing with people that have that thing installed. Hey, Islagor. We'll have to find out when that time comes. For the DarkStar Robotics, I only plan on a little bit of voice acting from me and quite a lot from my son. He's 14. He wants that to be his career when he grows up. So I'm using that mod to feature him. I mean, who wouldn't be pleased with their downloads? Yeah, I'm in the across all my mods. I'm well over, or probably close to 200,000 total downloads at this point. But of course, those have crossover with players playing multiple. Yeah, I've got big plans for that PAL companion, though. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be so worth it. Unofficial patch is a plague upon humanity and should never be installed on anybody's computer, not even the person who developed it. It's that bad. So my son is just getting into it. We're really going to be focused on his acting ability with delivering voices, and we're going to start with, of course, the one voice. But I kind of want to help him get into the industry, show him some good software for doing that kind of stuff, the better techniques for how to isolate your mic from other sounds in your house, things like that. Get him into the whole working on a contract side, working on a deadline, getting paid for his work, whole 9 yards. Most people don't, Kai. It's not your fault. That the people that are active on my Discord, there's hundreds of us at this point, and all of them have seen me and my mods deal with helping to try and figure out why somebody's mod is broken, only to figure out 20, 30, 40 minutes, sometimes hours into the conversation that they finally admit they had the unofficial patch installed. We get them to uninstall that patch and all the mods start working again. Magically. And yeah, if you want a patch to fix Starfield quests, use the community patch. They are amazing, and they as Bethesda fixes things, they remove their fixes from their mod so that they don't conflict with what Bethesda is doing. The other one doesn't do that. That should already right there. That should be enough information to let you know the community patch is the one of the two that you should be using. All right. I think I'm going to hop off the stream here. I don't know what Starfield Core is. I think I'm going to hop off the stream here. This has been going for 2 hours now. Probably going to hop over to Discord and voice chat over there if anybody wants to come hang out. While I get my mods, my DarkStar manufacturing mod ready to publish up to Creation Kit, or Creation Club and Nexus. Oh, don't worry, Kai. I will be publishing more ships for you to use in the near future. Yeah, John 907i. I really don't care who uses what mods. I appreciate when people like my mods, but I don't get hurt feelings when they're like, I don't like how your mods play. We all have different choices, different opinions. Use whatever mods make your game better for you. But as far as the unofficial patch, that breaks mods all over the place. It breaks people's base game. It breaks saves. That is a detriment to the community. But I will talk to you all on Discord if you come over. Remember, there are memberships available here that give you better access to me on Discord should you want it. And there will be a merch shop opening up this weekend with some pretty cool t-shirts that I think you're going to laugh at and want. I am trying to get my YouTube presence high enough that I can start contributing to my mods with some funds and some special gifts and stuff, because they deserve it. They put in a lot of work. But I will talk to you all later. Thank you for showing up, and have a great night.